Angler cam 2. And now side view mount that I didn't do a very good job on. So that's it. I just wanted to teach you guys what a decreasing radius turn was, and so what can you do to protect yourself from decreasing radius turns that you might run into on the street at night? Well, first thing is cross over to the other side of the street. If you're with a girlfriend, hold her hand tightly and reach one hand into your jacket pocket as if you're reaching for a gun. You might not actually have one, but hopefully just the act of doing that will you know, worry the decreasing radius turn, and it'll like back off or think to or double think approaching you. I actually used that one in England. It was like I was in England back when I was 16 years old. This is a decreasing radius for certain. And this is, I think, the same corner that I have a video of a guy crashing on this corner. Because when you first go in, it's like a nice bend, and you're like, oh, a nice bend, and then it sharpens up, and then you crash. I'll show you that. Yeah. Well, you can just rewind the video. That corner just there, it's a decreasing radius, especially going in the opposite direction. Because it starts off as a bend, and then it becomes like a U-turn, a sharp turn. That's a decreasing radius. Oh yeah, in England, back when I was like 16 years old, I was just a kid, and I was walking like late at night, and some guy was walking towards me on the street, and he looked kind of shady. So as I was walking towards him, I decided to reach into my jacket, and not only did it like get the desired effect of like making him like I don't think he actually was a bad guy. I personally was nervous because I'm 16 years old in a strange country, and I'd already seen a few people get beaten up. Like, not even kidding. England is a tough place. I was only there for a couple of weeks, and I watched people get beat up with like baseball bats. I watched a guy get beaten up in a park in the middle of the day. It was just like people getting beaten up everywhere in England. So here I am alone at night, and what I did, so I'm walking towards this guy, and I start to reach into my pocket, and then as I get closer to him, he got nervous, and then he's like twice my size, but he got nervous, and then so he started talking to me, like trying to be like friendly, like do you know something? I'm looking for something, but I could hear the nervousness in his voice, and it was funny because yeah, and then but I couldn't understand a freaking word he was saying because I think he was like Scottish or Irish. He wasn't British, because I was pretty good at understanding the Brits. But yeah, I couldn't make out what he was saying. I'm like, sorry man, I don't understand your accent. And that probably scared him more, because then he would think then he thought I was American. That's another thing too. This was like a long time ago, but when I was in England, when I was in nervous situations, like and I was in a few of them, because I wasn't like in a bad part of England. I was in the rough part. I was in Blackpool near Manchester, and there was a few incidences where I was like nervous, and I was surrounded by people who were kind of giving me dirty looks, and I would tell them I was American, and they would like back off. And it was funny because they had like a little fear of Americans. It was funny. It would be the opposite nowadays. Nowadays, if you told them you're American, you would get your ass kicked for sure. But this was quite a while ago. Whoa, big scooter group led by a motorcycle. And I gotta pass this truck. It wasn't that long ago I would have passed in. But yeah, so that was totally off topic. Oh yeah, what can you do to protect yourself? You can just don't ride at 100% your ability. You know, don't take it to the limit on a road that you aren't 100% familiar with. And it sounds like common sense, but you know, you just got to keep that in mind. That's the reason why, because you could enter a corner. If you enter a corner at 100% and then it tightens up, you don't have anything left. So you have to always take corners at, like, you know, 85-90% of your ability, and leave that extra 10% lean angle or whatever as a buffer in case it tightens up. It sounds pretty simple, but that's all there is. You're not making it easy to pass when you're fully to the left, buddy. I can't pass you on the right. And I just cried. I just cried for a solid hour, and then I started to cut myself, because that's what I do when I feel really sad. I think it releases the sadness through my skin. I didn't cry. Okay, I cried a little, but no, I didn't cry at all. Who believes me? No, I didn't. Anyways, that's enough of that joke. I'm a little insane.